Premier League returns in a few weeks' time, and with teams back in pre-season action, it should prove to be another action-packed season. But what would happen if every club decided to terminate every player's contract? Well, we'll find out in this video, as every player is released. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm G&G. So here we are ahead of the Premier League season, but with every player released from their contract. And if we take a look at the squads and we start off with Arsenal and work our way down, you'll see that every squad is blank. I have left the reserve and new players, of course, still with the clubs, but every first team player in the Premier League has been released from their contract. No one has any players signed up ahead of the new season, and we are on the 3rd of July, so they have just over 1 month to build their squads ahead of the new season. All managers are left in place too. All reputation, money, etc. is untouched. If we look at the season preview, you'll see Man City are the favourites. Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal and Brighton are the top 5 according to the season preview. But no one in the Dream 11, no players signed. What will happen in the first season? Who will sign who? And who will be the first champions after every player has been released? Well, we are back after the first season with clubs having to build their squads ahead of it with no players, and Man City walk away with the title. Comfortable victory for them. They win it by 13 points in the end from Arsenal. So let's take a look at the Man City squad, and the first thing I notice here is Bruno Fernandes is now their captain. Martin Odegaard is their key player. So let's go and look at their squad to see who is in it. So Trent Alexander-Arnold has signed for City, Gabriel, Lisandro Martinez, Bruno Guimaraes, John McGinn, Luis Diaz, Victor Osimhen, Ben White, Eddie Nketiah, Alex McAllister, Leandro Martinez. No wonder they won the title. Cole Palmer there, back signed. Any other? Memphis Depay, and Kingsley Coman, who they signed for. I've seen a big transfer of 61 million. Kingsley Coman joining Man City. Their squad packed with talent, looking exceptionally good. Let's look at Man United. They have Alexander Mitrovic as their captain, Thomas Tuchel as their manager, Billy Gilmour vice captain, Michael Olise is in there as key player, Kai Rooney, a hot prospect, Irish I see, he put down as Irish, Wayne Rooney's son of course. We look at their squad quickly. Who have they got in? Kyle Walker-Peters, Billy Gilmour, Langley, Caicedo, Sonny March, Mitrovic as we've seen, Hannibal is there, Will Fish is back, Kai Havertz has signed. So United getting in some mid signings, I'd say, to build that squad. So let's take a look at Arsenal. They did finish second. They have Jordan Pickford as their captain, Scott McTominay as their vice captain, Pape Maher Sarr is in there as their key player. We look at their squad very quickly. Okay, Jadon Sancho is there, Kovacic, Sarr, Ndoye, Laporte. They picked up a few good players there. Sancho is said, Emerson Royal, Conor Gallagher, and Philip Billing is there, Martinez is there, Alexandro. Arsenal building an okay squad, but they finished second in that league table. And if we take a look just at the transfer action of the Premier League season, we'll have a look at who's come in to we go with biggest fees. Kingsley Coman came to City. Victor Boniface came in to Crystal Palace for 26 million. Mazzari came in from Braga to Newcastle. Max Aarons from Norwich to Brentford, 22 million. Vitinha goes to Tottenham for 17 million. Weston McKennie even goes from Juventus to Chelsea. Sensi goes to Wolves. Langley, as we've seen, Barcelona to United. A couple of Milan players there. Divock Origi going to Aston Villa. Any other big names in there coming in on frees even. Go down to the free transfers maybe. See, can I go free transfers? And the season before, of course, because they were building their squads. And we look here. Ederson gone to Newcastle. Ederson from Liverpool to Newcastle. Kobe Mainoo has gone to West Ham. Ben White, as we've seen, is at Man City. Harvey Elliott and Emilio Martinez are at Chelsea. Ivan Toney has gone to Newcastle. Of course, he started. Levi Colwill is at Tottenham. Scott McTominay, as we've seen, is at Arsenal. Lots of players having to find clubs. And Alexandro there at Arsenal, as we've seen. So clubs have built their teams ahead of the second season of the Premier League. Lots of big switches. Not many players rejoining their squads. Marcus Rashford is in the Dream 11. I have noticed he is at Chelsea. Phil Foden has gone to... Where's Phil Foden? Is at Liverpool. Odegaard, Man City. Diaby at Chelsea. Bruno Fernandes is at Man City, has crossed the divide there. Salah is at Newcastle. Ederson, we've seen, is at Newcastle too. Ndoye at Arsenal. Gomez at Arsenal. Romero is at Man City now, and Trent Alexander-Arnold is at Man City. So ahead of the second season, Man City strong favourites. They've definitely done the best business out of having to sign a new squad. We look to see how they get on. Will the clubs who got promoted have a little bit of an advantage in Burnley, Middlesbrough, having their teams more solid cohesion? We'll see. We're going to go ahead now. We'll go 5 seasons into this challenge to see who becomes the dominant force. It looks like it will be Man City, but can any of those clubs close that gap? So here we are, 5 seasons into this save, and Man City look to be still dominating. They've just won the title in the last season. We'll look at past winners in a moment, but they now have Donnarumma in goals. They've signed Musiala from Bayern Munich for, I think, about 100 million, was it? 107 million deal there. So Man City definitely the team on top. They have won the Premier League in the most recent season. We'll have a look at Premier League past winners here, and you'll see they won the first title when we released all the players, and they won that first title. Chelsea won the next one. Arsenal won a title there with Man City as runner-up. Tottenham as runner-up to Chelsea that season. Tottenham runner-up again to Man City, and the season just gone, Man City win it. Back-to-back titles for the first time in this save. Newcastle as runners-up, Chelsea in third. Newcastle have had 2 third position finishes and are runners-up, so they are closing in on a title. Just have a look at their squad actually out of interest. So Mo Salah is there. Their key player is Enzo Fernandez. Let's just have a look at their squad, and we'll see they've João Pedro up front, Zaniolo and Salah on the wings, Fernandez, Lavia, Stiller in midfield. Ancho Stiller, not a name I'm familiar with, but they've signed him. Yao Kanto, Sabia, Mark Gay and Christensen on the left, and Ederson in goals. That looks a pretty good squad they're building. Mo Salah though starting to move on age-wise. He's 36 now, so will they get a replacement in for them in the season to come? Let's have a look at Tottenham. They had a couple of runners-up positions. Let's have a look at their lineup. So they have Jared Bowen up front, Christian Pulisic and Martinelli on the wings, Adam Wharton, Vitinha, and is that Douglas Luiz? No, it's Florentino Luiz, I should say. Back 4 there of players I'm not 100% recognising. Maybe you in the comments will recognise, but Levi Colwill is there. Kevin Kelleher is in goals, released from Arsenal, or released from Liverpool even, and gone to Tottenham. Other team, we've seen that Arsenal and Chelsea won Champions League, so let's have a look at the Arsenal team, how they line up. So Barcola up front for them, Jadon Sancho on a wing, we have Sarr and Gallagher and Kimmich as the midfield 3. We have Joe Gomez, they're missing a centre back. They have Antonio Silva and Bowie with Provedal in goal. So that's the Arsenal lineup. And Chelsea won a title, so we'll have a look at Chelsea's lineup to see how they are lining up. So they have got Highland up front, Diaby, Rashford, Neves and Elliott in midfield. They're missing a defensive midfielder. They have Kieran Tierney at left back. They have Rico Lewis at right back. Ruben Diaz there, and Vicario in goal for them. So that's the lineup of some of the clubs that have had success. Let's have a look at the Champions League just out of interest and see who has been winning that. Have the English clubs been involved? Man City have won a Champions League. They are the current holders, I know, and we'll see they've actually won 3 Champions Leagues in this time. They beat Newcastle in a final. They've won back-to-back Champions Leagues, then Bayern Munich, and then Man City. They defeated Real Madrid losing 2 finals in a row. Newcastle getting to a Champions League final but beaten by City, and PSG finally won a Champions League, beating Atletico Madrid. Let's drop down to the Europa League. Any English winners here? Yes, Brighton have won a Europa League. So let's take a look at Brighton's team and see who they have in it. So they have Julian Alvarez up front. They have Emile Smith-Rowe there as well. Brandon Johnson. Victor Lindelof is in at centre back. So yeah, they have built a pretty good side, and they've just won a Europa League. So yeah, Brighton in for a good time. Man United have 2 defeats in Europa League finals. A quick look at their squad. They have Conte up front. They have Lucas Panica on the wing. They have Kyle Havertz and Billy Gilmore in midfield. Caicedo is there too, and Tyreek Mitchell is their left back, who would have re-signed with United. So yeah, United again probably mid signings for them, but they have had a bit of an unlucky time in the Europa League, 2 final defeats. Let's have a look at the Conference League. Any English winners? Yes, we have Nottingham Forest. Sorry, we've Chelsea won the Europa League. We've already looked at Chelsea. They won in the first season, or the Conference League even. Chelsea won the Conference League. Nottingham Forest then won it. So let's have a look at the Forest squad and see who they have in their lineup. So Dominic Solanke up front. They have Fabio Carvalho in midfield. They have Chowdhury in the centre of their midfield. They have Zuma at centre back, Diego Dallo at right back. So they have built a pretty decent squad there and have won a Conference League in this time. Fulham got to a final, defeated in the most recent final. Their lineup sees Justin Kluivert up front. They've Job Bellingham in midfield. That is Coach Jude's brother. So they've Lewis Cook as their defensive midfielder. And yeah, they're building a pretty good side. They've just lost the Conference League final, so yeah, disappointing for them. But yeah, we're seeing lots of players joining different clubs and having success. Let's just have a quick look. I want to have a quick look at the England team to see where did some of the English players go abroad in this time when they were free agents. So we'll have a look. Can we see their squad? Can we see who they're playing for? No, we'll just go down through it. Aaron Ramsdale is with England, or is with Villa. Rashford at Chelsea, the new gen player. Declan Rice has gone to PSG. So Declan Rice went to PSG when he was released on a free, as did Bukayo Saka. He's at PSG. Jadon Sancho at Arsenal. We have Alex Scott at Aston Villa. Raheem Sterling is now out in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, Raheem Sterling is at Saudi Arabia. He went from Chelsea to Saudi Arabia and he's gone around there a few clubs. John Stones is at Man United. Ivan Toney has gone to Atletico Madrid. We have James Trafford at Leeds. Adam Wharton, as we've seen, is at Tottenham. Trent Alexander-Arnold is at Man City. Jude Bellingham still at Real Madrid. Jared Bowen at Tottenham. Braithwaite is at West Ham. Levi Colwill at Tottenham, as we've seen. Callum Doyle at Man City. Phil Foden is with Liverpool. Now Conor Gallagher is with Arsenal. We have Mark Gay at Newcastle. Harry Kane went to PSG. So 3 players from England went to PSG in this, because we did the Euro World start. So Harry Kane had not gone to Bayern Munich. He was released by Tottenham and he went to PSG. Rico Lewis is at Chelsea. James Maddison also at PSG. So PSG really picking up these English players to strengthen their squad. Eddie Nketiah at Fulham, and then we're back to John Pickford is at Arsenal, and there is Aaron Ramsdale. So that's what the lineup at the moment in the English squad where they went. I think I spotted, I just want to check, I think I spotted a news item where Jack Grealish went to Real Madrid. He did, but he's currently a free agent. He went to Real Madrid from Man City, then he went to Saudi Arabia, and he's currently without a club, with another couple of Saudi Arabian clubs wanting him. So he went to Real Madrid. So a number of English players did move abroad, but yeah. So that is how things look after 5 seasons. Let's see how it looks after 10. So we are back 10 seasons into the save, and a lot of the players are now starting to retire and move out of the game. But we do have a few still around. We have William Sabia in the Dream 11. He is still at Newcastle. We have Martinelli is still at Tottenham. Ben Doak is still here, he's at Liverpool still, and Evan Ferguson is at Liverpool. A few of the players still around, and we look at the past winners over the last couple of seasons, and Liverpool and Man City have started to take dominance. Liverpool won 3 titles in a row, Man City runner-up twice, with Tottenham twice, Chelsea and Man United finishing in third over those seasons. Then Man City have bounced back with back-to-back titles, Liverpool finishing second one season and Tottenham another. So it's a Man City Liverpool dominance now for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons really. It's them two have won the titles, only Arsenal in between and Chelsea. So yeah, really is, those two are dominant. Just take a quick look at the Man City lineup, see what players are still in there from we'd know. So they have Ramos, Gonzalo Ramos as a striker. They have Oscar Bob is on the right wing. Trent Alexander-Arnold is still there. Musiala is still there. Donnarumma is still in goal. So a few still around. Let's take a look at Liverpool's lineup, see how they are getting on. They're now managed by Conceição, and their lineup has Evan Ferguson up front, as we've seen. He's in the squad anyway at the moment. Phil Foden is still there in midfield. Doak, as I said, mostly new gens coming through though. So yeah, we are starting to see more and more new gens coming through. So we'll have a look now just to see how English teams are getting on in the Champions League, and how they added to the titles they won. So Liverpool won back-to-back Champions Leagues, PSG won, Newcastle won a Champions League. Let's take a look at their squad at the moment to see how they're getting on. So they have 3 new gens up front. Archie Gray is there in midfield, Mark Gay is still there, and there's a couple of other players still around. If we look down the squad, you see Lavia is still there, Enzo Fernandez is still there. So yeah, Newcastle are winning a Champions League, so finally making advances in Europe. Bayern Munich winning 1 there too. So yeah, 2 for Liverpool and 1 for Newcastle. We go down to the Europa League. Tottenham won it this season. Man City have won the Europa League. Brighton have won. It's an English dominated competition now, the Europa League. Tottenham, Man City, Brighton have won. When we take a look at the Brighton team and see anyone in it, we recognise Brandon Johnson up front. and no other names really there. Verbruggen still in goals. So that is Brighton, who have won a Europa League. Man United won a Europa League. Take a look at the United lineup quickly, and they have Konate up front, Concedo, and Gabby is in there. Gabby is now their captain. Wanlu at right back, player we had of course in our Jobless to Greatness series on the channel. And yeah, Man City managed by Simone Inzaghi. So the Europa League dominated by English teams, and the Conference League not so much so. Nottingham Forest have won 2 now actually, and Brighton won 1 in 29-30, and that's it really. They've had a couple of runs up. Fulham, Crystal Palace got to finals, but yeah, so that's how the English teams are doing. We'll take just a quick look at the Nottingham Forest lineup. They did win a Conference League there, so we'll take a look. Anyone there we know? No, all really basically new gens and players brought in. So that is 10 seasons in. We're going to go 5 more seasons on. Most of the players will have retired by then, and we'll see who is on top in the Premier League. So here we are, 15 years into the save, and of course most of the players who were released at the start of it have now retired from the game. There are a couple hanging around. If we go to Liverpool here, go into their squad, you'll see Evan Ferguson is still with them, and he has played 461 times for Liverpool, 288 goals. He's had a great career at Liverpool. He is wanted by a number of Saudi clubs. Another player who is still active from that first spell is Kobe Mainoo. He is at Burnley. He went to West Ham when released by United. He has gone to Burnley now. Only 1 England cap, so not being at United has harmed his career in that way. But he's had a decent career at West Ham and now at Burnley. So we go back to the Premier League. We look at the past winners from the last 5 seasons. Liverpool had back-to-back titles, ending City's chance of a 3 in a row. Then Arsenal took a title. Chelsea and Man City have got back to winning ways. If we take a look now at the Champions League, just to see how the English clubs have got on since. In it, we go to past winners here, and Newcastle have won the latest Champions League. Liverpool won 3 in a row there of Champions Leagues. Madrid, PSG and Munich with others. Down to the Europa League, United, Tottenham, Newcastle, Arsenal all winning Europa League titles. In fact, English clubs there had a huge run of wins that have only been broken up in the last season by Lazio beating Nottingham Forest. A look at the Conference League, Tottenham the only English winner since Nottingham Forest in 2021-22, and no English club has even got to the final since then until Tottenham won it. That is how English clubs get on in Europe in the last 5 seasons. Let's just take a look at a couple of players who left England at the end of their career, or at not the end of their career, when they were released at the start of this save. And first up is Erling Haaland, and he went to Real Madrid, had a great career there, scored 290 goals for them in 456 appearances, won lots of trophies at Madrid, had a huge career there, and yeah, definitely didn't miss City as much as maybe they missed him, but City won plenty of titles too. If we look at another former City player, and that is Kevin De Bruyne, he also went to Real Madrid, played 82 times for them, 14 appearances before going to Saudi Arabia, where he played a further 89 times there. But yeah, he had a pretty decent career. Harry Kane, he went to PSG, as we've seen previously. He did not stay at PSG for his whole career, but he did win a number of titles at PSG at last for him. He won Ligue 1, he won Champions League, he won Super Cups, Coupe de France. He went to Saudi Arabia then to end his career, maybe get a bit of money, and yeah, he had a pretty decent career. Bakary Saka, of course, went to PSG. He is still active, he's still a active player, but he went to Saudi Arabia after PSG, and he's now a free agent looking for a new club. Jack Grealish was another player we've seen. He went to Real Madrid, and then he went to Saudi, and he ended his career in Saudi after that spell abroad. I don't think there's anyone else I'm missing from looking around, but yeah, Saka there we see, he went off to PSG. A number of English players went to PSG, won trophies of course with them, and yeah, so in terms of releasing players, didn't really make a huge difference for the Premier League. It was City, Liverpool winning the titles mostly, Arsenal and Chelsea getting a couple in there, but yeah, players moved around, but yeah, City still very much on top. If you did enjoy this video, please drop a like on the video. Always good to see more likes and that people are enjoying them. Don't forget to leave any feedback you have in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and helps you catch every video posted on the channel. And until the next one, please take it easy.